Welcome back, guys, to another video brought to you by your one and only Literary Pharaoh. On the road to work this morning, unfortunately, I didn't get to do my run today because it was so cold. But I will do it when I get back from work this afternoon. But I did drive. Me and my wife, we did drive to the gym, and I did work out in the gym. I lifted some weights, whatever. But I'm so used to running. But I got on the little elliptical machine, or whatever you call those machines. I got on that for like 5 minutes just to get warmed up. But I'm so used to doing something before I run that it was kind of awkward. But it is what it is. I ate clean yesterday. I ate pretty good. I like the choices of foods that I ate. I didn't eat anything bad. I think I had an A+ day of eating in terms of vegetables and eating lean meats, lean protein. So I feel good about that. My body feels good. And then after I worked out this morning, I did go take a shower. I did take my it was longer than 3 minutes, but I set my timer for 3 minutes in the shower. I did a cold shower. And of course it was a little bit uncomfortable at first, but I've always done this before in the past, but then I would get sort of like sidetracked and start using warmer hot water. But I feel good. You know, there's plenty of benefits with taking cold showers. If you don't have to believe me, just look it up yourself. It's proven. It forced me to control my breathing because I was so chill, so I had to take like deep breaths, and that's always a good thing to do to reset your cells. Because when you're doing that, you're taking deeper breaths, and it helps you to kind of sort of like calibrate everything. It puts you back. I forgot what the term is. I had to look it up, but it's sort of like when you take. It's called box breathing. When you take a deep breath and you hold it, and then you exhale. That does something good for your internal faculties. I don't understand. I can't remember what the term is, but it resets you, it puts you back in focus, and it made me feel real good this morning. So of course I sat in the shower for 3 minutes, letting the cold water just run on me, and then after it did that. Then I actually took my shower with soap. But then my plan was to just go back and turn the water back onto hot. But I said, no, hell with that. I'm gonna leave it on cold. So I literally took a cold shower the whole way through. It's something my body has to get used to. I think once you get used to anything, it becomes easier. It actually got easier in the shower. It wasn't a big deal. I do admit, like the first minute or so was sort of shocking, but after that I was fine. It wasn't that hard anymore to kind of like just endure it. Enduring the whole thing is not a big deal. One thing I haven't experienced or experimented with is taking a cold plunge, where people actually take an ice bath. And that's a whole nother level of coldness. I'm not ready for that yet. I don't even have the tool to do it. I don't have a bucket. They have this thing online that you can purchase. It's actually expensive as hell. It's like over almost $1,000, but they had a deal. They said it was like $749 or some change, something like that. But I mean, I'm into health and fitness and all, but I'll just resort to taking my cold showers. I'm not gonna spend that much money on a cold tub. Or I can just use my normal tub. I have a tub. I can just fill that with ice, but that'll take time to load it up with ice, so it's fine. My cold showers will do for now. So that's my plan, to continue to take these cold showers. It did wake me up a little bit more than I already was. And so I feel very alert this morning, to be honest with you. And I know that the cold showers, it does shock your equilibrium, it does shock your cells, it shocks your whole, because we are electrically charged beings. So when you take cold showers, it shocks you back into focus. And it's actually a good thing. It's good for your skin, it's good for your respiratory system. It's all around, it's great. Just look it up yourself. If you don't believe me, just ask ChatGPT or ask AI. You know, you no longer have to take people's word for it anymore when you listen to YouTube channels. You can just search things up yourself if it intrigues you enough to even look it up. But I would say, if you don't believe me, look it up, because I'm trying to tell you guys, a lot of things that we tell ourselves are uncomfortable are usually good for us. Like going to work out and running, it may not be the best thing in the world, but when you're done, the feeling you get after it is what you're doing. That's what you're doing it for. And it gets to a point where working out actually starts to feel good. But if you're not used to it, it's going to feel uncomfortable. If you're just used to sitting in front of a couch, eating potato chips, eating junk food snacks, eating Twinkies, drinking your sugary drinks that are riddled with high fructose corn syrup, if that's what you're used to doing, then if you go running or go walking, you're going to be, oh my God, this is uncomfortable. But I implore many of you guys to just get out of your comfort state and get comfortable with being uncomfortable to the point where being uncomfortable becomes comfortable. All right, so you guys have to kind of flip the game on its head. You take what the game gives you and you create your own reality, like a true architect that you are, a true God that you are. And it's all predicated on your mindset and predicated on the way that you go about things. It's not rocket science to know that working out, it releases good hormones. You know, it releases endorphins that make you feel happy, that make you feel good. It counteracts the negative stress that's induced by the world we live in that causes the increase of cortisol. So when you're working out, you're actually countering the effects of high degree of cortisol. So if you're a person that just wants to work all day and all you do is count money and pay bills and you're stressed, go for a walk. Go outside and get the sun. Break a sweat. Do something like that. You'll be amazed at how better you feel. And even me, just taking this cold shower makes me feel good. Not that I accomplished something, because it literally, biologically, I feel better because of the cold shower. You know, so so that was my morning. And I don't know if you guys can see. I know the sun's kind of glaring in my car right now, but there's a cyst that I have. I have a November 14th dermatologist appointment to see what the hell this is. It's been annoying me, man. It's been an eyesore. You know, it's a cyst. I don't know what caused it, but I gotta see what the dermatologist is gonna say and what she can do to help me. Her name is Dr. Connor. So we'll see. November 14th is my dermatology appointment. So I've been dealing with that. And I'm making videos with this big ass thing on my head. This lets you know how secure I am in myself. I used to hate my voice. I used to hate the way I looked. I used to just hate being on camera because I had such a high, I don't know. You know how we are. Most people are their worst critic, and I've never been the kind of person to just like put myself and put my face on everything. But I got to a point. I got to a certain age. I'm like, man, F it, man. I am what I am. And these spots that I have on my face, you guys can't probably see it because of the sun. I've been very, very, very self-aware of it. And because when I was younger, my face was real smooth. People who knew me in high school, people always complimented my skin texture. But for some reason, the older I got, I started to get a little more lighter. It was weird. I started to kind of lose my darker pigmentation. And then in the process of losing my darker pigmentation, I started to get these spots. People call them sunspots. People call them all sorts of stuff. I've been prescribed so many creams, and none of that ish works. So I just said, man, F it, man. This is who I am. It is what it is. My wife doesn't have a problem with it, so I'm good. So yeah. So that's what I wanted to give you guys this morning. Just give you guys my rundown of my morning. I did go to the gym. I didn't go for my run, but I will be running when I get back from work, my 3-mile run. All right. You guys have to structure your life around yourself. You can't structure your life all around work. Work is just the place you go to get money so you can live. But your living is more important than your work, if that makes any sense. Like what I do after work is more important than what I do at work. So yeah, I'm gonna get off of work. I'm gonna go for my run, my 3-mile run. But usually when me and my wife go for our runs, I usually run and then go to the gym and then run back home, which equates to 3 miles. But today, when I get back from work, it'll be straight to the farm in our neighborhood and straight back home, which is a little bit over 3 miles. So yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Leave a comment and what you guys think. All right, peace.